Ragnarok is upon us. And this is talking about the NFT, how it's going to be launched on the 6th of January. I guess you've got a little bit of information to talk about here, Dan. Do you want to elaborate a bit?
Yeah, just going into what the drop is about. The account is actually run by a couple of core members. They'll come out when they wish. They're really just heads down. They have so much work to do right now. But yeah, the game is sort of have a life of its own already. There's already all kinds of suggestions going and collaborations going. And it's going to be 100% open source. It's going to be dropped to Hivers, so no one entity is going to have more control over the game than another. And it's going to, really then take a life of its own with the open source. But one of the things I'm really excited about at the bottom was the art, right? I'm told the art is really close. I think the art has been something that people might not expect how good it is. I might be biased, but I think the art's really amazing. So I definitely want to get that out before the before the drop so people can see it. But just trying to do something novel, right? Like you look at all these tools available and it's like, why not apply them to gaming and create a game where people can play for a living and know 10 years out what's in there, the HBD that's collected isn't going to be taken away. So they have that safety net of knowing, hey, this thing's going to have perpetual income, and it's only going to get bigger and bigger as more popular the game gets. So I'm very excited to see it come to life. It's really great to see this. And that's the thing about, like, this isn't Web 2. This isn't me just making a game, right? Like, this is collaborative. This is open. This is so much different. It's already feels like a community project that's not even launched yet.
I had a meeting. I had a meeting with a business university in Moscow today, and they were talking about Web3 and how it can be integrated into people's businesses and what they might look at in terms of how they make a profit with Web3 and what risks they've got and whether they should integrate Web3 into their business models. And it's quite a paradigm shift because it's all about this owning your account outside the platforms. It's quite a paradigm shift. And I actually mentioned Ragnarok as an example where it's all going to be open source. So people are going to be copying this game. They're going to be tweaking it. They're going to be doing their own versions of it, making their own artwork, their own game techniques and methods from the base of Ragnarok. And then making their own games and going forwards with that and open sourcing again everything that they've done. And it just becomes an iterative process. And we talked about this a few times, but it's this cumulative effect that if the users who are building these open source games are holders of the underlying token of the ecosystem upon which those games are operated, and if the community is able to reward them and distribute them with new inflation of those tokens, and they are further incentivized to continue to be creative in those gaming systems, and instead of them making profits directly from the games in the old traditional Web 2 model, they're going to make their profits and their, let's say, bonded lifestyle returns on holding the underlying token and receiving rewards from that token and making sure that the ecosystem thrives based on the value that they're adding to the ecosystem through the games that they're building, rather than monetizing the games directly and then ending up having massive control and IP to protect on the games. You're going to go into this open source world of creativity, I think.
Yeah, it's like letting the child run free in terms of, like,
Right.
Once this game's out there, it's going to be DAO voted. It's going to be, community run for the updates and all of that good stuff. And it's, instead of owning all, you have to have the foresight to give it all away and capture a piece of it and be content with that. Because the ones that want the whole pie, the whole Web 2 style, are just not, they're going to lose out. They're not going to make it. And the ones that, like, people didn't need to hit up Satoshi to get rich. They didn't need a pre-mine or an OTC deal to get rich off of Bitcoin. They got their little piece and they held because they saw it was going to be valuable. And that's the way to do it. You're talking billionaires. Some of the richest people in the world are from Bitcoin. No pre-mine, no OTC. So have the confidence as a founder, as a team, to launch something, not own it, capture a piece of it like everyone else on a fair distributed level, because A, you know all about the game, you know when it's going to launch, you're in the best possible situation to accumulate, right? Like you already have an advantage. As long as you announce it further enough into the future, then it's not really that big of an advantage, but you don't have any disadvantages, what I'm saying. So there's no reason that you can't just be one of these early participants, right? Like, I'm going to be playing Ragnarok. One of the inspirations was Ragnarok. I'm a hardcore gamer. I can't find a game I want to play. Like, I played that New World game, and it sucks. All of these games are trash. And like Splinterlands is a different story. Like, these Web 3 games, Web 2.5, Web 3 games are really cool.
Yeah, Dan,
but
we know you butthurt about selling your Splinterlands cards early on.
I was a day one Splinterlands. I love Splinterlands. I think it's the best game in crypto right now, hands down.
It's like this is the way you think, Dan. It's like well, I got in on Splinterlands early. It was really good. I got busy. I didn't have time to play the game, so I sold my cards. Now the price has gone up loads. Instead of just like reinvesting, I just built my own fucking game.
No, not at all. If anything, I would like to help Splinterlands because they were the pioneers. I believe
For
a play to earn. So, but yeah, this is the new paradigm, right? You play and you earn money. I remember when I used to play Madden, they had a site where you could challenge people for money. It was like betting, and it was really big and it was really awesome. And of course, the government came down and stomped our fun, and you couldn't do it anymore. But if you have these decentralized play to earn games, you're going to be able to battle it out, put up some money, whatever you want to do, and there's not going to be much anyone can do about it. That's going to be fun. Let's take our fun back. That's my goal.
Right. That's it. Take our fun and take the ownership back with it as well.
Yep.
All right. Is there any specific things you want people to take away from this announcement? How's it going to work with the NFT drops? Is it only going to be limited to certain accounts, or is that every account on Hive? What's that looking like?
All Hive and Hive Power. It's going to be same as the Speak drop or the Larynx Miner drop.
So it's
going to be proportionate.
Right. So it's off the same Snapshot JSON meta file that we're going to have from the Larynx snapshot.
Exactly.
Right?
These snapshots aren't easy, so I definitely wanted to take advantage of this one to fit in another airdrop. So
yeah, for sure. I mean, just coming back to the Larynx snapshot as well, we had an in-depth discussion this week with the dev team, Bob Inside from Peer Players, about doing the snapshot. And he's got a nice technique down where he's going to do a snapshot of the blockchain a couple of days before, and then have a calculation that calculates the difference between the snapshot and the 6th of January, so we get an accurate number on the 6th of January. And I think that's the way he's going to do it. A little bit round about the houses, but I think that's kind of the most sensible way, as he explains some of the difficulties of getting a definite snapshot at a specific moment of time. And just to go into that for the people in the room, the snapshot will be on the 6th of January. So it's basically whatever Hive and Hive Power you've got in your account and your savings will be snapshotted on the 6th of January. And then we're looking at somewhere around the end of January, probably 1st of February, that you'll actually be able to click into the website and claim the tokens. And then every month from that point forward, there'll be a claim to claim your Larynx miner tokens. And those miner tokens are basically what you use to stake into the network, so that you can then provide mining infrastructure and earn governance tokens when we've got the governance system set up and the token system set up. So that actual earning of the tokens won't be for a few months yet. But the idea is to get these tokens out there, get them trading, let the people that don't want to provide infrastructure maybe sell their tokens or hold them, and let the people that do want to provide more infrastructure accumulate more tokens maybe on an open market somewhere. And get all the shuffling around done, and then eventually when we go live, the people who are going to be dead set on providing infrastructure to this ecosystem and mining will have the tokens that they need, and the people that don't want to do that will have hopefully made who knows what they will have made. I don't really want to talk about it necessarily online, but yeah, very good.
Yep.
All right. Let me just read through a couple of the comments here, because we've had quite a few since then. Longboarding on Hive says, Ragnarok, the Neo Tokyo of Hive. P.S. We could learn a thing or two from that project. Lots of mystery.
If you have any questions about it, just let me know. One of the key things I'll mention real quick is during the claim drop, anything that's unclaimed will then go back into the game, and you use the cards that you got, the NFTs, to then play to quote unquote mine them out. So the cards themselves are sort of like miners, because most of the in-game cool stuff will be earned by playing and battling it out. And then things like food and repair kits that are things that you need to use on a daily basis to play the game will cost HBD, which will be the sync to sustain the game. So But yeah, if you have any questions
Danny,
about it, feel free.
are you telling me that we're going to be eating NFTs?
The NFTs will eat food. They'll need to eat food. Yes.
Oh my God.
And the food costs money. But you'll be
Yeah.
able to earn crypto with these cards. So, it'll be worth it, hopefully.
Sounds good. Samo Stikali, I think I got that right this time. He says the airdrop shouldn't be given to anyone who hasn't watched Ragnarok or read about it. I think, Dan, didn't you star in Ragnarok or something?
I'm supposed to keep that quiet.
Oh, right, yeah. The Hive was asking where do I go try the game? I guess Dan can answer that one.
There's going to be a test net soon. To TBA. First, we'll launch some art samples, and then. But the game's actually almost done. It's complex as hell, though, so we need to work out all the kinks.
Well, tag me when I can sign up somewhere. That way I can do a bit of brown nosing with you two guys.
Yeah, just keep following the They Call Me Dan account. You'll see a post. It should be within the next month.
What about the people that don't play the game, Dan? Are they gonna get the airdrop? Are they what's gonna happen with those people?
All Hivers that have Hive and HP are going to get the airdrop. They can, it's going to be a one-time claim drop, and they're going to get it proportionate. So if there's 30, for sake of math, if there's 3 million NFTs and 30 million Hives, then everyone's going to get, one NFT per 10 Hive, right? So it's going to be proportionate. 100% of the supply will be dropped and claimable. The unclaimed go back into the game where they'll be mineable. So yeah, you don't need to play the game. No requirements at all. All you need is Hive and savings, HP, the exact same requirements for the Larynx miner drop. Except instead of 12 months, we're just going to do the one time. That's the only difference.
Sounds super cool, man. Super, super cool. And here's the other cool thing. Try minting that many NFTs on some of the other chains. This is the beauty of Hive and the Hive ecosystem. It's practically free to mint these NFTs and then be able to airdrop them to users. I think there's a really cool. Yeah, go on.
Well, before I forget, we're really building some really cool tech to build mass NFTs at scale. So we're talking millions and millions of NFTs on a scalable way, and it's a really clever thing to go about. But you'll see more information about that as we get closer. Yeah,
for sure. And I think Hive's a great place to look at that, because I know a lot of the other chains are working on that type of technology, but I haven't seen anything that comes close to it yet. And I think it's only going to get better on Hive over the next few months. And these, releasing NFTs at scale is going to be something that we're able to manage here and kind of push. I think it's going to be a fantastic thing for Hive and for users getting involved in that technology.
Yep, agreed.
Longboarding at Hive says, let's just do the Hive. Do you guys think in time you would do a 3D world? I think that Deluxe is already working on it. I think they've got technology where you can go design these 3D worlds yourself and then rent them out to people to use. For example, for Hive Fest next year, maybe someone wants to build some 3D stages or whatever over in Deluxe. So that's already operating on Hive. You can go check that out. Next one, Longboarding at Hive says, I'm going to buy any dips. Also might be onboarding a massive NFT project and Discord community who I think will be very interested in the mining aspects of this all. I did mention it to start because, I haven't really talked about it because I'm going to wait till something more material comes out, Longboarding at Hive, but I think that's going to be quite interesting. The whole idea of onboarding projects and letting them get access to these NFT tools and the websites, front ends, and the communities that Hive can provide, and then tokenization. That's all coming. I wouldn't say we're quite there yet, but we're very close now. And these, it's going to be very easy in the next 6 months to a year maximum, but 6 months, I'm hoping. You're going to be able to onboard these users and these communities very easily and provide them with value almost instantly. So that's super exciting. And then the Hive says time limit for a claim, HBD. It's interesting. Dan, does the claim expire at any point?
Yeah, the claim's going to be long, a month plus, and you're going to have ample time before. So the snapshot is not the claim. That's just the marker in the ground for who gets what. And then from there will be an announcement and a broad heads up with a lengthy claim Probably be something like 1 month, maybe 3 months, might even be a whole year. Who knows? I'll have to game theory that more, but we have plenty of time before that happens.